guys, today I have decided to go through my colored pencils that I have, my PrismaColored pencils, and make a list to see which ones I have, which ones I don't have, because I wanted to go buy some. And I thought it would be so helpful if I had a chart for my PrismaColored pencils like I do for my markers. And so I went online and looked and searched the internet, and I actually found that they have these cool little charts here, and you can just fill them in. So I printed one off, and I'll show you. And so I took and I printed it off and then colored in all of my colored pencils here, just like that. And then I went through, and if any of them were half, like this size here, so they're half of what the normal size is, then I went ahead and put a red dot next to them, meaning I want to get another one of those. So then I went to my local art store. Let's sneak you along for the ride. And I'm not sure if I'm supposed to record in there, but we'll see. My art store is not a big chain store, so it's just like a little mom and pop art store. So they have a pretty tiny selection of art supplies, but it's just, I think it's just perfect. Like, they don't have a lot of the more rare things. They have everything you need if you're going to do oil painting, watercolor painting, acrylic, pencil, ink, coloring with, they even have some Copics. I don't have a large Copic selection, but they do sell some Copic markers there. But they have a full selection of Prismacolor markers there, and they sell theirs for $1.85 a piece. Because they're so expensive, I generally don't buy them all at the same time. I usually will buy, 10 one month and then wait a couple months and then buy another 10. So I'll save up, and that's kind of how I keep on top of my color pencils. I got my first set probably almost 20 years ago. It was when I first got my first job at like 17, and my very first tax return, I used them to buy a set of colored pencils. And some of these pencils that are in here are actually from the original set. I had them for a long time and colored with them for a little while, and then just stored them for a long while, and then just within the last couple years got back into coloring with colored pencils. Actually, I went through a phase about 8 years ago where I got into coloring with colored pencils and colored quite a lot with them, and then moved into watercolor and just watercolored for a long time, and then just probably 3-4 years ago got back into colored penciling. So the set I bought was probably a 48 pack. It was pretty expensive. It wasn't the most expensive. I think you can get like a 72 pack and things like that. Prismacolor pencils are, for the most part, an expensive brand of colored pencils. Nowadays, buying them individually costs about anywhere from $1.50 to $2 per pencil. So they are an investment. I had done a video where I used just regular Crayola markers and did a drawing with that. And if you only have an inexpensive brand like Crayola, and you don't have like the professional brand, don't think you can't create a really nice piece of art, because you can. It's just how you use them and practicing with them and stuff like that. So I don't want to discourage people who don't have Prismacolor brand pencils. And just so you know, this isn't a branded video. I'm not getting paid to talk about Prismacolor. Though if Prismacolor wants to send me a pack of Prismacolor pencils to give away, that would be stinking awesome. I'd love to give you guys a pack of Prismacolor, so yeah. So if you want to just start your own pack and you don't want to buy an actual case, like a set of them, but you just want to buy them individually, I would recommend that you just get one of all of the basic colors. There's so many varieties of shades and tones and tints, but just get a really nice blue one, a nice red one, a nice yellow one, a good purple, orange, green, get a nice brown, black. You're going to want to get a white, and a lot of times you think, well, you don't need a white colored pencil because you never use white, but actually this is such a really good tool to use, is the white. I also use the colorless blender. I really like that one. And then because I do a lot of people, I have a few skin tones that I started off with, so find some nice just like this one is a light peach, this one is a regular peach. Just kind of decide what you really enjoy coloring. And then the next time you go back to buy some, then you can buy some, grays and some light blues or light greens, and just pick your colors out. Also, I keep my colored pencils in something that keeps them from bumping around. The core inside is really fragile. If they bump or knock into something, it's going to shatter the lead inside of there. So I keep mine in these two little cups, which I try to keep them color coordinated, like my blues and greens and blacks and browns and reds and purples and yellows and oranges. They usually get really messed up, but then it's kind of fun to reorganize them. I did have them in flat cases, which I could look through, but it was hard to see all the colors, and so this one works the best for me so far. The only thing that I don't like is I always have the point sitting up, and so as I go to grab one, I tend to stab myself with other pencils, so you just kind of can't blindly grab. You have to really pay attention, otherwise art injuries, man. I used to be an artist until I took a pencil to the knee. So those are my tips for color penciling, buying your colored pencils, how I store them, how I'm now keeping track of them. I love this. This is helping me so much. So hopefully that answers your guys' questions about my colored pencils and what I use and blah, blah, blah. But if you have any other questions that I didn't cover in this, make sure to leave those in the comment section below, and I will try to answer them. So thanks guys for hanging out with me in this vlog. If you're not yet a subscriber, hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on any other videos. Well, thank you guys for hanging out with me, and until next time, God bless you guys, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye. By the way, if you guys share this video and get, help me to get some views on this, Prismacolor might see this video, and maybe they will send me a free pack of pencils that I can give away at my 100,000 giveaway contest. I mean, it's a pretty far-fetched idea, but it could happen. So I leave this up to you guys. Share this video so that maybe Prismacolor will see it. Yay! Bye guys!